Good evening, everyone. And I'm Saurabh, along with my co-host Sucheta. Welcome you all to yet another episode of Training Friend. Now, today's guest, if you are going to talk about, today's guest is an international certified image consultant and soft skill trainer from Image Consulting Business Institute, ICBI. She is an image partner with ICBI and she conducts a very comprehensive image training modules, enabling trainees to present a unique personal and professional experience through highly structured and standardized models. She started her entrepreneurial journey 7 years back towards her passion. She started her own venture, and the name of that company is Evergreen Image Consulting Services, which is now blossomed into a sought after company for image consulting and corporate trainings. Evergreen Image Consulting offers image management solutions to corporate colleges and schools, and they are specialized in brand styling and one-on-one consulting solutions to empower entrepreneurs and creative leaders. So, dear guests and my dear friends, I would like to welcome Miss Sindhuja Martin. Hello, Sindhuja. How are you? And welcome to our show.
Hey, I'm good. Thank you so much for inviting me in.
Hi Sindhuja, welcome to
Hi,
Coffee.
Ritika.
This is Sucheta.
Thank you. Hi.
Sindhuja, since the day we decided that you are coming, I was wondering that image is a big picture. It's a very big word. So I wanted to know. I'm very curious to know that what all aspects are involved in this image consulting.
See, image is nothing but image is another word for appearance. Okay. So basically, what we do is it's an ongoing process. Okay, wherein you evaluate and you control the impact of your image on yourself and on others. So basically, it's an ongoing process wherein you kind of decide what to wear, how to wear, and when to wear, and why you're wearing it. Okay, so it's all it's nothing but the art and science of creating the best first impression. That's image.
Okay, right. That means you should be aware of many of the things other than the training.
Exactly. Yeah, your appearance matters a lot. You cannot not communicate. That is what the main thing behind it. So image, and it's we cover the elements of image. If you see, it's based on your dressing, your grooming, your body language, etiquette. So it comprises of verbal as well as non-verbal. So it is a complete 360-degree makeover you get when you undergo our training.
Oh, wow. So this actually giving me a second question. This is related to that. As you said, yes, you need to look after almost everything of an image, right? So there are various professions in the society, like there are few professions, women on sabbatical, bride to be, the professionals, managers, or even the public figures. So for a trainer or a person who wants to be in this field, how to exactly find out the niche, that which segment I want to cater and what will be the service areas I have to look after?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, it's a very diverse and a very huge field. Okay, as it is, image as such is too huge. You have to be very clear or very passionate about one particular subject and learn image consulting, and then narrow down your niche around it. Okay, or you can get into image and then find on what you specialize, and then you can narrow down your niche on that and specialize on that and give solutions. Like when I started, I just even I had a very little idea about image. All I wanted to do is I want to dress well and I want to know what and how to wear. That's how I started my journey. But within that course of after conducting training over years, now I know, okay, this is what I'm good at, and I want to cater more towards startup entrepreneurs and help them, empower them, and I focus more on branding and personal branding right now. So my solutions are more towards that, empowering entrepreneurs. But if you are more interested in makeup, you can focus on that. Or if you focus more on towards fashion and styling, you can become a fashion stylist, celebrity stylist, and so on. So it all depends on what you're interested about and what you're passionate about. Yeah.
So what is your suggestion? Should we, nail down to the niche, or our options
Exactly.
literally open?
You will have to nail down to the niche in order to consultants around, you have a lot of trainers around, and at this age it is very, very important to narrow down your niche.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Sindhula, that was a great answer. Those were the two questions, and answers were really great. Now, as per the format of our show, we have an open forum.
Can you state 5 tips to us trainers? When we go out there in the field as training, there is something. It's absolutely acceptable that there is something which is always lacking in our image because we are not pretty much trained on it. So,
Yeah.
can you give some 5 tips on how we as trainers be able to go ahead and improve on our image quotient?
Okay. Yeah, that's a wonderful question. And the first thing what you have to remember as a trainer is that we have to exude authority, right? So whether it's a corporate training or whether you're going to colleges or it can be a one-on-one, you need to exude authority over there. And ideally, what I suggest you is always try to wear a third layer on top. It can be any kind of a formal suit or a jacket. For women, saris or any kind of a third layer, a long jacket or a short jacket would do the trick. And according to the place where you go, if it is too formal, opt for a very formal blazer or a suit, or if it's a little slightly informal, like colleges, wherein a tie would be more than enough. And the next one I would say is focus on the I call this the influencing triangle, okay, wherein people look at you and train, right? So focus on that. Be well groomed, be impeccably groomed. That's what I say. Groom for men. Your hairstyle and your beard and your mush makes all the difference. Be well groomed, and a tie in contrasting color would obviously take the attention near your face. And for women, a little bit of makeup, a day makeup. And when it comes to accessories, be very particular about, be very moderate about your accessories. Less is more always, and also tweak it according to the industry. The more formal the industry, the more formal and minimal your outfit and accessories should be. And shoes, I will never forget shoes. And shoes are one thing wherein you need to focus on. Always wear a formal closed-toe shoe. For women, either you can wear a pump or you can wear a closed-toe sandal. For men, formal shoes. Yeah, so that is these are the main things when it comes to image.
Sindhuja, I have a question. I'm so sorry that I'm getting in between of the talk, but then in line with this question, I always have this question of people go with when we talk about formal attire and wearing a blazer, people go with 3-color attire, like the blazer is different, the shirt is different, and the trouser is different.
Exactly.
About it, I have always I had a question that how should we go with 3-color, because I never did that. I had that blazer and trouser in the same color, but then people do that nowadays. So what would you what would be your take on that? Yeah.
See, 3-colored blazers ideally it's a softly tailored way of dressing. We call it business casuals, okay, or smart casuals, okay. When done perfectly, when you color coordinated perfectly, it looks absolutely amazing. You can wear it, but it also depends, as I already told you, it depends on the industry. If you're going for a corporate training to a bank or an insurance, I would advise you to go on a one-piece suit, like kind of same color on top and bottom. Yeah. Ideally, your trousers and your blazer should be of the same color, and it should be a match piece. Yeah. Okay, but if it's going to be another industry, wherein if you're going to a college or if you're going to any other creative industry, yes, you can opt in for a business casual too. It can be in different colors, but see to that they all coordinate together.
Okay, thank you so much. May I please ask what are the various segments that you are talking about in image consultancy?
The various segments, if you see, we mainly focus on 4 different segments. Okay, first I told you the dressing part, the grooming part, body language, and etiquettes. These are the 4 different things we focus on, and then we also try to create an appropriate, authentic, affordable attire for you. Okay, in that we call that the 4 C's. Okay, so we always tell before you get out of your house or start on with your training, always make sure that whatever you're wearing is authentic, attractive, appropriate, and affordable for that occasion. Yeah. So when you make sure that all these 4 A's are met, then you're good to go.
Hi, Cynthia. Hi, this is Anurag.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Hi,
show.
Anurag. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you one question.
Yeah.
As current scenario is quite different, we are actually engaged into different platforms. The most popular platform is virtual platform.
Yeah.
So what are the things which are need to be taken into consideration to create our image as far as this virtual platform is concerned?
Yeah, when it comes to virtual platform, again, what is seen on the screen is your head and until your chest, right? So that is what I call as the influencing triangle. Okay, so make sure all this until this everything is impeccable, right? As I already told you, make sure your grooming is perfect, your hairstyle, your mush, and your beard are well properly groomed and clean. And if it's a very formal meeting, yeah, you can go ahead with a tie or a bow and a blazer. That would do the trick.
I think I'm also eager to ask you a personal question.
Yeah.
The thing is that being little bit or more than out of shape, sometimes I feel very difficult to wear tucked-in shirts. If I go out for some trainings, and if I wear a blazer or something, then because of if the rooms doesn't have an AC, then again it troubles me. So what would be the perfect attire to wear so that it will look more formal also, and it will give you more comfort also? Like if you can suggest something.
Like as you already said, blazer is the number 1 option, I would say. But try to get the right fit. That is the key over here. The right fit where it's easier for you to button up in the center. That is one option. The next thing, you can also go with the Modi jacket, which is slightly a little longer also, so that it'll cover your tummy as well, right? A little long coat also would do the trick. Yes, but the key is the best fitted blazer or a jacket in same color. See to that you wear the same color trouser, match your trouser and your blazer.
Okay.
To slim down your figure.
Thank you for that.
Okay, the most interesting tip you have given.
Yeah, that is what all of us, looking at. All of us are looking at that.
Yeah, and that's what grooming is, I think, all about.
Exactly. Everybody wants to look thin and tall.
Hi, Simpuja. I wanted to ask you about the first step, the very first step to become an image consultant myself. What would be that?
The thing in India is that, as you already know, I did my PG diploma in image consulting from ICBI, okay, Image Consulting Business Institute. They are the pioneers in image consulting in India, and they are also a curriculum partner of Council Institute of Image Management USA. Okay, so ideally it's an international certification kind of stuff. It's a dual certification what you get, and they are pioneers in that. So it is an 1-year course. So it can be, your background can be anything and your age can be anything. You can just get yourself enrolled and start your journey.
All right, thank you for that answer.
A very weird question I would like to ask, because people, sometimes feel very comfortable while giving any presentation or seminar in t-shirts.
Okay.
What if we feel comfortable in t-shirts, and it's a matter of impacting people through our knowledge and whatever we know, and confidently if we are, providing our knowledge with a very, very dynamic method. And if we are wearing
Okay.
a casual, we can say t-shirts, whether it is, recommended.
See, the idea of wearing a third layer is to bring in authority. But if you want to look more approachable, and if you want to create that kind of portray that kind of an attire or a look, then yes, you can. But make sure that it's a collar t-shirt, a polo t-shirt or something wherein there is a little bit of collar, and it is neatly ironed and neatly pressed. Then it is still fine. Yes, you can. Now the world is becoming less casual, I feel. But ideally, whenever you want to, whenever you have to appear a little formal, you will have to go to a third piece. It can be anything. It's not necessary that it has to be as formal as a blazer. You have a lot of options nowadays, right? You have nice linen jackets now, very thin ones also. Maybe that can be a good option, or just wear a shirt or a t-shirt.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Because I
I
just
think
shared
a
my
blazer.
experience because,
Yeah.
yeah, Saurabh.
I think a blazer on t-shirt will also work.
When you're wearing a blazer, ideally you can't wear a t-shirt with a collar inside. Ideally I'd ask you to wear a shirt and a blazer on top, or else you go in for a V-neck t-shirt inside or a round neck t-shirt inside, and then wear a blazer on top.
Great. Yes. Thank you.
T-shirts and blazers don't go well together.
Hi Sindhuja, this is Kritika.
Yeah, hi Kritika.
Yeah, I have a question for you. Like, you might have come across people, like, even after explaining them so rigorously that how dressing impacts their life, but they still don't follow it. How you tackle with such people?
See, we explain the science behind, why grooming is very important. Okay, we explain the importance of creating a first impression, and when they realize that really, creates a lot of impact, right? We live in a very harsh world, right? People keep judging us all the time. Whether you speak to them or whether you're sitting in one corner, we always keep judging people every time, right? It's very natural to us. So what we tell them is, make the most out of every occasion. You never know when you will meet the right person or when you get the right opportunity. So when you're always well groomed, especially for important occasions, you are better off, getting that job or that assignment, or just creating a good impression, right?
Right.
So that's we tell them the science. See, naturally, whenever image is one easiest way to boost your confidence. Actually, when we dress every day, when people tell you that you look, wow, that outfit really looks so beautiful, or you look impeccable in this, obviously your energy is boosted up that day, right? And you have the confidence to go ahead with that day or go ahead with that presentation or seminar that particular day, right? So it is, we all want to look good. We all want to look, get the appreciation from people. We all crave attention, right? So when you're getting it the right way and you're dressed up the right way, wear the right outfit for the right place and the occasion, it is easier to achieve your goals, right?
Right. Thank you so much.
I have a very simple question. Sindhuja, is first impression, can first impression be the lasting impression, or is a difference between first impression and lasting impression?
First impression is always a lasting impression. Many people don't know that. Kind of when we live in a very fast world. Okay, so once an image is, according to science, okay, according to all the research that's been done, it's been said that once you create an impression, it takes another 60 interactions with the same person to change that particular impression they have had, So it is very difficult to meet that person on different occasions again and again. So once that impression is formed, it's very difficult to change. So I didn't make most of that first impression. Yeah.
But then we have seen, we have seen that the impressions get changed over the time. Like
Yes.
many people. Yeah. So what about that? Like, because we can see many a times we have a very good impression of a person at first meet, but then the impression gets deteriorating with the type of attitude or the habit or the dressing style. Then the person keeps after the first meet. So what about that then? I mean,
See, the thing is, we are trying to maximize the impact that is being created with first impression. Obviously, yes, it does change over time. But what I'm trying to tell is, an impression that is formed once, it takes a lot of different interactions with that person to change it, right? But when you go in for an interview or when you're doing your training, that how many times are you going to meet the person again? Once you like, especially for interviews, when you meet the person, when you don't crack that first impression there, again you might not get the chance again, right? How many times do we get chances again and again in this competitive world? So
all right,
that's my answer to it. Yes, we
Yeah.
are trying to maximize the first interaction with the person, maximize that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Actually, Sinthuja,
Yeah.
ICBI is offering the online certification course, but again, it is charging the same fee. Do you think it
Okay.
is worth attending the online course and then paying the equal amount just as the physical course? Is it worthy enough?
See, the modules are the same, the trainers are the same, and they are trying to create the maximum impact and through their training process. I don't think it is going to be obviously when you have a one-on-one interaction, the impact is even more effective. Yeah, I agree to that. But they created, they kind of, even I'm a trainer there, and I've seen them. I do see those trainings, and they do an excellent job in in their online training as well. And it's just it's happening during these pandemic times, and when it's back to normal again, you'll be back to your classrooms, right? And they're always there to help you. Any doubt or whatsoever, they're always there to help you.
You're actually making it interesting in this career. So I just wanted to know, because we are now towards the closing of this interview, but before we close, if someone wants to become an image consultant, most of us here are already the trainers with few years of experience in the industry. So if someone wants to make this as a career, could you please guide us on what steps should be followed, all the certifications and the time requirement? So we seek your guidance on this.
Okay, see, ideally, I told you it's a one-year-old course, and you have these courses. These courses are being, it's usually weekends, okay, usually Saturdays and Sundays, and they also have weekday class. It's a one-day class, like one class every week from 10 to 6, okay, for 10 months. So yeah, that's it's a one. Yeah, you had a question?
I was seeking information from you only. If someone really wants to make this as a career, so will this one certification be enough, or they should also look for other certifications or the experience?
No, for image this is pretty much enough. Yeah, they cover almost everything, and for image this is once you're already a trainer, image will be another feather on your cap, and you can go ahead with this one certification. Should be fine. Yeah.
Thank you, Sinthuja, for giving us the time and sharing all the insightful, because image consulting is actually an interesting career. Many look forward for it, but actually do not dare to step in, considering that this might be very difficult, but you are making it easy. It looks like we can go ahead for this and at least give it a try. And
you have to.
Yes, thank you. And I am also thankful to all the participants who are here with us today and interestingly asking all the important questions with us. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being with you.
Same here.
Thank you.
Same here.